guys, once again, and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chips Show, a show where I share about my life experiences, what I'm learning in my own life, and also what I'm learning in other people's lives. So if you are ready, you guys, let's just dive in so that you can hear what I need to share with you today. Well, today I'm so happy again to have this privilege of interviewing my young brother Lisanse, Dick Changwe, who I interviewed a few months ago. He's a singer, he's a coach, he deals with healthy issues and exercising. I'm sure some of you who watched the video of him, you are going to remember him. Dick, welcome again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. How are you, Clara?
How is Europe today?
Today it's a bit mixed. There's some places where it snowed last night, so some people are covered in snow. For us, not so bad. We've got a kind of clear sky, but not really. But it's freezing.
Okay.
In general, it's cold.
Wow.
It's cold.
But here it was like raining off and on. Yeah, it's been raining actually
wow.
the whole day.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed
So,
that.
Dick, today I want you to share about your singing career. So maybe just to start the ball rolling, I just want you to just say a brief history of your family. I know about it, but just for the viewers,
Okay.
just tell us about your family, who you are, your wife, your kids. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll have to start from the family I'm born out of. I am number 5 in a family with 7 siblings. One of the 7 is like my half sister, but she's considered as part of the family because that's how we grew up, the 7 of us. I am at the moment, I am 41 years old. I was born in the beautiful city of
Sorry to cut you short. Let me just get my earphones because it's raining and I can't really hear.
Okay, great. Yeah, do that. Do that.
My earphones.
Yeah, sure. Sure, do that.
Stand up. Bring my earphones from there. Oh, they are here. Sorry, it's fine. Okay, you can carry on from where you left.
Oh, that sounds better. That sounds good, actually. You got a
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm 41 years old. I was born in April 1979 in the beautiful town of Kitwe. Shortly after I was born, we moved to Ndola, and that's what I consider my hometown. So
okay.
I grew up in Ndola, went to school. Although my dad my dad's job meant that it made him travel a lot, and we moved around the country whenever he'd get a transfer to this town or the other town or the other. What that meant was I built a great knowledge of our country, Zambia, because I'd been to different parts of Zambia. I mean, so I've lived on the Copper Belt. I've lived in the northern province. Spent a good part of my life in Lusaka, a lot of time in Lusaka.
Okay.
And also Kitwe by extension because of you guys. So I was always,
yeah.
when I had a chance to, on school holidays, I'd come over.
Visit, yeah.
Kitwe has always been, apart from it being my birth town, is always very close to my heart because of you guys. Because I used to come and spend a lot of time with you, and your young brother. So growing up, me and him were like really tight. We were like best friends, which is good. That's in a nutshell my family, where I'm from. So when I moved to the UK, I met someone in 2003. A lot of people laugh at me. They say, "How do you come all the way to the UK to marry someone from Africa anyway?" So I met I met this beautiful woman called Notable from Zimbabwe.
She's Zambian?
She's
Oh,
from
okay.
Zimbabwe. Yeah, she's from Zimbabwe.
I see.
She's from Zimbabwe. She's from Bulawayo. Uh,
Okay.
she doesn't like to be introduced as somebody from Bulawayo, although that's the province where she's from. She's from a rural area called Cholocho. So that's where
Oh,
the family base is. But anyway,
okay.
um,
Mm-hmm.
I met Notabo in 2003, and we fell in love so quickly. It was ridiculous.
Really?
We just, it was one of those, um, how can I don't want to say it was love at first sight kind of thing. No, I want to say we did put some work in the relationship, but we progressed
Okay.
so quickly. And well, here we are, like so many years later in the relationship. We've got a 16-year-old is
Okay.
our oldest child. He's a
Mm-hmm.
16-year-old. He's just about to finish high school and going to college and stuff like that. His name's
Uh-huh.
Jermaine. And
Okay.
our baby who just turned 9 yesterday, the youngest,
Oh.
yeah, Zinzile. That's our
Mm-hmm.
youngest. So that's my family. Like you said, I wear a few hats. I'm a man who does
Uh-huh.
a number of things. I've dabbled in
Mm-hmm.
many careers, but music has always been a part
Your passion.
of my life. It has been.
Okay.
It's descriptive of who I am. A lot of people that have met me know that I don't
Mm-hmm.
just love the art form of music, but I love to actually create music. I love music. I love singing. I love writing songs. I love playing instruments. I love all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. And that's what I'm surrounded by. And music has always been a very, very important part of my life. Um,
Yeah.
and what else can I add to my profile? So yeah, music, fitness. We spoke about that. I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
So maybe if I can ask, maybe
yeah.
I know you love singing, that's who you are, but when did you discover exactly that this is my gift? What age?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I always refer back that the earliest I can remember catching that interest or that bug or realizing I had some going on here. I was probably about
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 years old. My dad was involved in an aspect of the church, uh, which primarily dealt with Bible study. So we used to have
Okay.
a service in the morning, and my dad was in charge of that. So I grew up Seventh Day Adventist. For those who don't
Okay.
know, and
Yeah.
there's an aspect of those who are in the Seventh Day Adventist. They understand there's an aspect of the church service we call Sabbath school, and my dad was
Mm-hmm.
in charge of that. So
Okay.
that the programming of that included a lot of singing, a lot of telling
Mm-hmm.
testimonies, a lot of some people would just come up and do a poem and do different kind of things. So it kind of is like a bit of a showcase for talent as well. So
Okay.
that's when I discovered. I'd learned this song in grade 1 or 2. My teacher
Mm-hmm.
taught us this song,
Oh.
and
Mm-hmm.
I kept singing that song the whole week because it just stuck in my brain so much. And my dad said, "You know what? You're gonna sing it in church." So
Okay.
they dressed me up all nicely and blah blah blah. Because I
Uh-huh.
was too short there, they made me stand on a table, and
Wow.
they made me sing to the whole church. Because otherwise, I would have
Mm-hmm.
been tiny. They wouldn't have seen me. So I stood on top of this
Mm-hmm.
table, and I sang out. I wasn't afraid. Usually, you'd think a kid
Really?
a kid
Yeah.
would be frightened to do that. But
Mm.
I think I was a bit of a character when I was little as well. I was a very
Mm-hmm.
a bit of a character when I was
Yeah.
little. So I stood on that table and just belted out this song, loved it. And I got a really big applause and amen from the church. And
Mm-hmm.
that day I knew this is what I want to do. This is me.
Okay.
I'm a performer. I'm a singer. This is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I never looked back. So progressing through life, I've been involved predominantly in the church. Did a lot of singing in church. Didn't go mainstream until I was a lot a lot older, but it's all I've done most of my stuff in the church, really. Most of my music in the church.
Okay. That's where you started from, in other ways. Yeah.
My foundation is the SDA church. Yes.
Okay. You know, I've heard so many times people, like, especially here in Zambia, they say that no, music cannot put food on the table. You're wasting your time. Why can't you be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer? You know, have you faced such challenges since you're a singer? Somebody telling you that no, what you're doing is not a good thing for you. You need to have a lot of backs because there isn't a lot of backs in music. What can you say about that?
I'd say mainly that's been the thing that withheld my singing career, because I grew up in a home where academia was put in front of the arts. Nobody could come out and say, you know, I just want to do music, or I just want to do this. You had to have good grades. You know, you had to be not just pass an exam, but be better than other kids in your class. As you know, my mom worked in the Ministry of Education for over 30 years. So we were always around either other teachers who are our friends, or just around even our late auntie, Auntie Julian, who was a teacher as well. There were people that were always around us who were just in education. Even your mom always used to emphasize on education. So we all grew up around that idea that you have to get good grades so you can become an engineer, so you can become a doctor, so music. The only people I'd say in the family, in the extended family, where I saw music to be something that could be a career was Uncle Goodson, because he was a music teacher at a school. So I look at him and I'd think, oh gosh, look, he's a musician. He's on folk music, sometimes playing his guitar. I could do that, you know. And I always wanted that, but I couldn't, primarily because of what you've said. You know, there was a lot of challenges. I was never let loose to do music as a career, but it's something that I've had to make a decision myself after I had untethered myself out of the family. I was out. I was a grown man and doing my thing. Is when I've had to make that bold decision and say,
yeah.
But
I think you did well. Yeah.
It just couldn't, because there's that. Also, the fact that a lot of musicians around that I stopped when I was growing up, that I saw in my hometown, we're not really making a lot of, they're not making enough money to sustain themselves. So music was always like either associated with worship, with church, or just just a hobby, not really a career. Very few people were successful in their music.
You know, I'm so happy that you followed your path, and because many are the times that we want to please people, but I think what we don't normally understand is that everyone's path in life is different. Some can be doctors, and some are meant to be singers like you. So earlier on you mentioned that you also write songs. I'm just wondering, have you also released an album, and how many songs have you written so far?
Oh, wow. If I were to count how many songs I've written so far, I couldn't tell you, because every other day I'm thinking of a musical idea, and I'll probably
really
put it down, write it down, play it out on a guitar, or sing it into a phone, that kind of thing. But I haven't done my own album as yet. In 2017, what I tend to do is put out things here and there. So in 2017, I did do a gospel record that I put on Spotify. That was actually put out and marketed. But if you're talking about an album, I've been involved with groups. So and those groups have produced, groups have produced albums. So I've always been the albums I'm linked to are ones that I was part of a group, and then they released an album, and I was on that album. So that's pretty much what I've done. I am in the process of working on an EP.
An album?
I'll start with an EP first, because and build it. Because of the situation at the moment. You can't really market an album properly.
Yeah.
Get access to certain things that I want to get access to produce the album properly and market it and do that. Last year was going to be a really big year for me music wise, but when the pandemic happened, because last year was like probably my second year in doing music full time.
Yeah.
So I was looking to do a solo project and all that. But the pandemic came in.
Yeah. It has confused a lot of things, you know.
It has.
Yeah, but life moves on. I mean, what can we do?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, what type of music do you actually, sing? Is it R&B or? Yeah.
It's an interesting question. I like to define myself as somebody who sings positive music. So I'm not.
Oh, positive! Wow.
So I don't like to restrict myself to a genre. So if it has lyrics that, if I write lyrics that will inspire people, it could be a classical song. It could be a classical song. I'll do it. It could be a reggae song. I will do it. But I've had a really interesting journey with songwriting, because every time I sit down to write a song, I tend to write songs about God, my experience in my faith.
Oh,
it's only when I wrote a song for our wedding, my wife and I's wedding. It's the only first time I ever sat down and wrote a love, like a full-on love song. And it was just about love, nothing to do with.
I think you're going to sing that one. You're going to sing that one today, I think. Yeah. I would like to hear that one.
Yeah, but every other time I tend to write, I tend to put anything down on paper. It's usually gospel, or it has some gospel element to it. Yeah. So it's I think it's my default setting is I'll always be like a gospel singer, because that's how if you define me that way. But I work on a number of shows, which some tribute shows. So we do those kind of songs on those particular shows, or when I'm performing at weddings, or I'm performing at a venue like a pub or whatever. I have to sing mainstream circular music, R&B, pop, soul, that kind of thing, reggae, everything. Yeah.
And do you get paid when you're like singing at the wedding or parties? Do you get paid?
Absolutely. it's a job.
That's great.
It's a very difficult job, actually, in the sense that you've been given the honor of singing at someone's biggest day of their life, someone's day of their life. So within that wedding singer space, I have a gospel choir. We do a lot of wedding ceremonies, so we tend to sing a lot of songs that have a special attachment to the couple. You can't mess it up. You have to sing it perfectly. It has to, because it's being recorded. There's a cameraman somewhere, and it's a hard job. It's a hard job. But there's later on when it's just when you're doing the reception bit, you've got your wedding band and you're just playing songs off the radio that people like. That's a little bit more relaxing. It's a bit more fun, because it doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. It just has to be delivered well. Yeah.
Do you remember how you and I used to plan that one day we are going to sing together when we were young?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah. So who inspires you when it comes to music? Do you have a specific singer who inspires you?
I don't specifically have one. I have several. For me, inspiration comes from different experiences I've had in life. It comes from just even walking down the street. I hear a particular sound that inspires me. But in terms of influences, I believe that music is one art form where as an artist, you are the sum total of all the people you've heard since you've existed. So all of us, although there's some people that are authentically themselves, you know, you can say, oh, that's Michael Jackson, and nobody has done it the way he's done.
Yeah, my favorite.
But Michael Jackson will be the first person to say he was influenced by James Brown. He was influenced by by so many Jackie Wilson, so many other different artists before him. So for me, I don't zone in on a particular artist. I look at a cluster of music. I'm influenced by 90s R&B a lot. I'm influenced by the 80s disco music. I also liked soul music from the 70s, and just different genres. Bob Marley, reggae. I love the style. So many things that he did with his music that influenced me as well. So I'm influenced by so many artists. Yeah.
Okay. And when it comes to your kids, do you see any of your kids having an interest in music as well? Do they sing?
Yeah, you know, interesting enough, they all love music. They all have a singing voice.
Wow.
Whenever they've sung out something, it sounds decent. My oldest clearly has made it clear music is not his thing. He doesn't want to do music. But I always say to him, "You're gonna come back because you've got the gift." My youngest, though, my youngest is the one that's so into music. She plays the piano. Well, due to COVID, we've had to discontinue some of the lessons she was doing, but she plays the piano. She started off with violin, and then she moved on to the piano. So she plays the piano. She sings a lot. We try and expose her to a lot of different musical things. She loves music. My daughter loves music. My son, not so much. My son wants business. He wants to be rich. That's his aim.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So I know singing is part of who you are, but have you also attended any lessons concerning music or going for music class? So yeah.
All the time, constantly. My biggest school of music had to have been church, the choir, learning songs that way, learning from the choir director, then eventually becoming the choir director myself. But I learned, I continuously keep learning different things from different people, from YouTube, from in-person vocal lessons with a vocal coach. I'm constantly learning from other musicians, learning from people I work with. So yeah, I always am. Even at the moment, I have probably like 3 different sets of vocal coaching material that I use from 3 different vocal coaches. All have a different approach towards training your voice, and I use that a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I know we all have visions of, our gifts and talents.
Yeah.
So with you, what vision do you have for your music career? What do you want to achieve with your music? Maybe things like, do you sometimes intend to maybe have a music school, or I don't know, concerning that?
Yeah, I'd say it's twofold for me. Number one, obviously, trying to push my music as far as I can in terms of recording albums and performance, and that kind of thing. But also legacy, also to pass it down to my children, and I mean my children in terms of the whole extended family. I'm talking about my nieces and nephews. If I'm able to be an influence to them as well. So because technology has become such that you can teach people virtually. You can have this kind of interaction and teach people that way. If God willing, I'm trying to this year. I'm trying to start. I'm going to build a studio at my house, and that will allow me to do a bunch of different projects. teach people in person or virtually, and also work on recording albums and stuff myself. Yeah, so that's the vision really at the moment.
Okay.
But that might change. 5 years from now, I might be thinking about that, because I don't think music has an age limit. Because a lot of things that a lot of time people will say, oh, but you left this thing a bit too late. You should have started when you were younger. Like, I've always been in music. It's just I've never had a break yet.
Yeah.
And I've done different things at different levels with different people, and yeah. But the vision is to just keep on doing music until I die.
Okay.
Yeah,
Until you die.
until I die.
Yeah. You've been away from home for a long time now. Do you
Yeah.
plan to come back and do something here in Zambia, or you just be that side?
Yeah, you know what? I've reached a point in my life now where I'm seriously considering building a base back home.
Okay.
You know, where I'll be able to a base where I'll be able to actually either help younger people coming up in music, coach them and stuff,
Okay.
but also just making, you know, normal investments and building my retirement home. I have a different mindset when it comes to retirement. When I'm older, I want to come home. I want to die in Zambia. I want to be old and wrinkly.
Oh,
Because I think
yeah.
back home we're kinder to older people than over here. Not
Yeah,
that
I can
I'm not trying to say
imagine.
anything about how people are treated here, but
Yeah.
I just personally, I feel
Yeah.
I'll be better care when I'm wrinkly and old.
There's no place like home, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the beauty about technology nowadays is that you are home even when you're away from home. You still have
Yeah,
an
just like
influence
we
back
are
home.
talking right now. I'm
Yeah.
talking to you, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
One day, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting, you know.
Yeah.
So let me also ask you this. What can you advise somebody who he is a musician,
Yeah.
but this person, let's say, doesn't have maybe the means, maybe the money? They are saying, no, I can't do ABCD because I don't have money to go with my career. Or somebody can say, well, I want to do music, but my husband or my family is saying that it's a waste of time, but I want to follow my heart. What can I do?
Yeah.
How can you advise such a person?
Yeah, it's probably the advice I should have given myself when I was younger. To be honest, it's a very difficult position to find yourself in, where you really want something, but so many things stand in your way. You feel like so many things come in your way. I would say to that person, be honest with yourself. And Rome was not built in one day. So if it's an aspect of means, start small. Don't think you're gonna take off and all of a sudden you're gonna be this big superstar. You know, you're gonna be Burna Boy, or you're gonna be this big artist already. I've been doing music for almost most of my life now. I'm 41, but nobody knows me as an artist. Nobody knows me. I'm not a well-known artist, but I consider myself a musician, and I've been working in music for a long time. Everyone around me, close people around me, know me as a musician. Although I have other jobs that I've done, but everyone around me, close to me, know me as a musician. So you should, number one, make your plan known. What do you want to do in your music? Start small, but have a set goal to say, this is what I want to do when I'm done with my music. When I get to the peak of where I want to be with my music, this is where I want to be. Because once you have that insight, you're not gonna go, you're not gonna be swayed by opinion, anyone's opinion about your life, because it's your life. At the end of the day, you are in control of it. You're in charge of it. God and you are the people that are driving this thing you call your life. So, but yeah, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. That's what I've come to learn. Sacrifices have to be made. there isn't any big success without sacrifice. That's what I've come to.
Yeah.
That's what I've come
Yeah, I think I liked what you said, because I think so many times we focus so much time in famous, and then we neglect the gift. You know, I think it doesn't matter how known you are, but to follow your passion, to follow who you are. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I get,
Yeah.
you know, I get this a lot at weddings, when I sing at weddings, because people come up to me and say, where can we download your music? Where, blah, blah, blah. You're so
Yes.
amazing. You're this and this and that. Half the part I'm thinking, you've had too much to drink, maybe. But on the other hand, I am happy with that sort of thing that people say.
Satisfied.
Because I've done my job. It means I'm doing something that's actually impacting people. And for me, making people happy after I've sung, leaving people in a better mood than they were before they heard me sing, is the biggest satisfaction you could ever get as an artist. Bigger than platinum albums, bigger than your name on the Billboard, all of that. Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned, you know, this addiction a lot of people have in the music industry for fame, so much that we actually forget what the goal is. We forget the gift.
Yeah.
Work on what it is that we do as artists. The first thing, our first priority should always be the gift, should always be improving your music, improving yourself as a person, not just the musical, but as a person as well. How do you influence the people around you? When you walk into a room, do you have a positive glow about you? Do you have a positive energy about you? Are you the kind of person that dampens the place once you're there? You know, are you kind enough? Do you consider other people? And that all of that is all part of the art of music. That's what I think.
Okay, so anyway, before I ask the last question,
Sure.
Where can people reach you if they want your services, something like that? Yeah,
sure. Social media is the best place, of course. So I am Lisanse Truth Music. When you're looking for musical things to do with music with me, I am Lisanse Fitness. If you're looking for things to do with fitness, and I'm just Lisanse Changwe on any other platform, and you find me that way. My name is very unique, so it's very easy to find me. When you type Lisanse, you see my face, and I'm there. So social media at the moment is the best way to reach me. Yeah, in person.
Yeah. So anyway, I normally ask the same question when I'm interviewing some people, but I think last time I interviewed you, I can't remember if I asked you. So that's why today I'm asking you a different question. What is your own definition of success? Your own definition of success.
I don't want to use the textbook one that I've heard a lot of motivational speakers out there, and a lot of people that I know that I admire out there. You know, usually a lot of people talk about finding inner peace and being an influence to others, being a help to other people, as being successful. I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea of monetary success or just, you know, amounting a lot of assets and stuff. That's just material stuff. I think finding your purpose is huge success.
Okay.
For me, finding your purpose in life is my definition of success, and also being able to help other people, being able to be a positive influence in other people's life. For me, that's success.
Okay. Wow. That's great. I'm so happy. I'm so very happy. I've really enjoyed the interview. It's been great.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to interview you, bro.
Yeah.
It was great.
I'm so happy to tell you, I'm so happy to have these sort of interactions with you, because as you know, for a number of years we'd kind of drifted apart, but this is nice that we've been able to come back together and be able to share this and reminisce about the the good old days, how we used to talk about what we're going to do with our music
Yeah.
and sing together and stuff. But this is nice that we're able to come back and do.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
very
feel
much for the
great
time.
as
Thank you
well.
for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, anytime. Yeah. And by the way, you really inspire me, bro.
Oh
You are
yeah,
my inspiration, especially when it comes to exercise. You know, when you aim at something,
yeah.
you really encourage me in those lines. So yeah,
I'm glad.
it has been great. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, I can say a lot of things, but I think for now we just have to end here.
Okay.
Yeah. So again,
Thank
thanks
you.
so much, Dick.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys, that was Dick Lisanse Changwe. And I just want to say that if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chips Show, please do that. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So from now, it's bye-bye.
Bye.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace
Mwah.
out. Bye.